On your modules, you want to try and make everything look the same so that students can progress through it in the same way each time. So this is a idea of what I had. So math week 4, you could put the dates up here. I did that on another time. But what you're going to call it then, you have what's called a text header, which is nothing, just a header, and they can't click on it, but this is math. Then I have my lesson. Now with my lesson, I also have some questions. I have area practice because they are finding area. So this is like the worksheet, independent practice. And then I have an area test. And then I also have additional math practice if they would like to do that. Now, each one of these would look the same each week that I did this. Then underneath ELA, I would have my reading for week 4, my questions about the reading for week 4, and the writing practice for week 4. This is in here. If you had other subjects, you just add another header. I put second step so that if you had ideas or if the counselor sent you things for that, you could do second step. But the nice thing about this is that when students come in to look at it, they know, oh, here it is. They can click on this. They can go through the lesson. They can take the quiz. When they're done, they hit next. And this will take them to the next activity that they need to do. And when they're done with this, they hit next. And this takes them to the next activity that they need to do. And then they just keep clicking next to get them through all of the stuff they need to do. And then they're at the reading. So make it consistent, make it the same. This way the students will know exactly what they need to do. The other thing that you need to do is as you create a lesson, put a start date. Because as you put a start date, then it'll show up in the calendar. It'll show up in the parent view. If you don't put a start date, then it's here, but then they never know what they're supposed to do. The other thing is that make it worth points. Maybe a 1 or a 0 if they did it or not. Or I've got practice things here. One of the options you can do when you're creating the lesson is this is the edit view for that quiz. I can make them allow multiple attempts, which I would do if you're teaching a lesson. You can keep scrolling down and you can show one question at a time. I tried that with the video, but each time it moved, the video started over. So that wasn't a good idea. And you could pick who you assign to. You can pick different kids. Maybe it's a intervention, so you're just going to assign it to a few kids. And then you're going to say available from, pick an availability date, okay? And the other thing on an assignment is there's a box that says do not count towards final grade. And so you can do that, you can score it, and then it will not count towards their final grade. On quizzes, it's going to count towards their final grade in Canvas. Not to say we don't have to transfer that over to Pinnacle, but that is an option on the assignment page, not on the quizzes page.